On today's show, Renania guest, her name is KELEBOGILE LEEPILE, PR officer from Institute of Race Relations. Now, we know unemployment and inequalities in South Africa is very high. We know recently we saw stats saying unemployment is over 27%. So today we want to break down these issues. What's happening in our country? What is causing this thing, unemployment? How can we solve issues, equality and inequality? So today, Renani KELEBOGILE, thank you for joining us today, Mo Campus TV. Now, recently, Cyril Onakota, your report, the job summit that happened a few weeks back. And I know your report titled Reasons for Hope. So, Nekobaro explain a lot. What was the purpose of that research? What was the process research?
Okay, so thank you for having me. The title of the report itself, Reasons for Hope, Life in SA, Reasons for Hope. And I think the name says a lot. You know, it's a report that we saw as a necessity in our country to, kind of bring balance, more, all these sorts of reporting from the media, from reporting activists, all kinds of activists reporting, which, I don't know, we saw that there's some sort of a stagnant or consistent, what do you call it, negative reporting. With reason, with legitimate reason, but we just saw we should also bring a positive side.
Is it negative though if it's a reflection of reality? If in a year we get the stats the increase in unemployment and the media covers those issues, is it negative or is it just a reflection of reality?
It is a reflection of reality. It is indeed. But at the same time, it's one side of the story. It's a side that tells, it paints South Africa as this doom and gloom.
So basically, we are not, that bad. Some good
I'm
has been
saying
done.
We have our issues,
Yeah.
we have our problems, but at the same time, we have done good for ourselves. From since our democracy.
From your research, I noticed a trend already. It's based between and the growth, the most positive stuff. You are trying to portray report here is between 1994 and 2007. But from 2007 up until 2017, things have deteriorated in terms of the GDP. The country is spending more than it has. We also have things like employment. I think somewhere in the report we say increase. Black people are going into the job market slowly. So, do you think what's the standard? Do we look at 1994? Why did you choose from 1994 and not why from maybe 96 or 96 until 2008 or something?
Or maybe before 1994, because South Africa did exist before 1994. Yeah. So why is some of your data is that including post 1994, or maybe let's go, okay, South Africa became a democratic country for just white people at a certain point. Can we start there? Why 1994? Okay,
it's the same question basically, but so the report, I would say the institute, let's not. It's a personal thing. The institute mostly looks at. We looked at in this report specifically. We looked at post 1994 because that's when we were given a new chance to do it right. Because a lot of before 1994 things were not as good as and we do have stats that reflect information from before 1994 and post up to. Not up to date, but post 1994.
With that in mind, can't someone argue that it was premature to focus on post 1994? Because black people going into the market are black people without much qualification because they did not have access to that. Now we have a huge influx of black kids going to institutions, going to university, getting those qualifications that can allow them to partake in the market. Can't we say, okay, maybe the study could have started at a point where we see a huge influx of black kids, black people with the qualifications that allows them into the black market. That's more of a neutral ground.
There is, I don't know if you guys, in the report, there is that we have education, you know, a little reporting on education where we state, where we state how a certain number of black students, you know, entered the university. We start at high school. We start at where, you know, they gained their matric from, and we compare it to the times where they weren't even allowed to, you know, be in schools. So I think that would be our counter argument. We do consider that.
From my side, what I'm trying to understand is, are we not measuring something artificial? Are we not supposed to be measuring something with a concrete, I don't know, like actually, is it, why can we not, okay, I don't think we can wait, Mari, are we not saying, we are not all that bad based on a system, it was not legitimate? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Rephrase it.
I mean, 1994, for example, you know, regular black people were not allowed to study medicine, all those stuff. So can we not say, we can't measure from 1994 because we can't say we are not bad because since 1994 until 2007, there have been maybe 10 people who are getting Babalo study medicine. Because I think that's what, get the basics there. Are we not, do we not want to get into the concrete?
Okay, let me start by saying, you know, we can go all day arguing what a fact is and what concrete fact is not or is. But, you know, if we're going to say, like, us starting go 1994, is because we are including everybody in South Africa, including everybody in South Africa, you know, and not just white people. And it's a new era, it's a, you know, new time for all of us. So us starting there is saying, okay, from our mistakes, let's look at how whomever got into government at that time did things differently from the past, from, you know, how things were done before.